Every city has its shadows and secrets. The places no one will go, the things no one will talk about. But in the city of God's fall, the shadows are of the darkest black. Grotesque monstrosities stalk the city at night, held at bay by a guild of monster hunters. Listen with caution, my friends, for the stories that you are about to hear are greatly disturbing. And pray to whatever God will hear you, that you are one of the lucky ones who can sleep at night without having to worry about what lurks beneath the city streets.
Welcome to God's Fall.
So, before we meet up, Einmar,
Yes.
you have a dream.
Nice.
You are in a library, and the elf from your other dream is in front of you, and he sits there and he says, "Have you discovered anything about the artifact?"
Charles is missing. I
What?
searched the city. I can't find him.
This is very troubling. Where was he last seen?
Me, him, and Matilda were searching some strange things we found while researching with the people I'm working with.
What were you finding? What did you find that you were searching about?
That people are falling into comas for unconnected reasons.
Really?
Yeah. We fought some type of flower.
A flower?
Yes, it had corpses on it.
I have heard of such a thing. They usually grow wild.
No, there was, I guess, a necromancer. He was growing it.
Was cultivating it? That is very disturbing. How's the necromancer connected to the disappearances?
His grandmother was in a state like the others. He was looking for unending life.
Well, that's not exactly an uncommon goal among necromancers, and one of the major reasons that necromancy was banned by the Academy. But you said his grandmother was in one of the comas.
Yes, but she awoken and did something to him. I don't know what.
What happened to him after she did whatever?
He just fell into the coma like she was.
And what of the grandmother right now?
She's dead. The wizard I'm with, he killed her.
Oh, that speaks wonders about your company. This is most disturbing. So, have you ever been able to? So you think Charles was killed trying to find out about these?
I think so. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, keep an eye open, and I'm sorry that you had to go through losing someone else.
I can't. I'm going to send Matilda somewhere. Think out of character. Would Ira still have family for where he's from?
Yes, you would. Yeah, it's a very large family.
Okay, I'm going to send Matilda home.
That will leave you by yourself among strangers.
I can't have her blood on my hands.
All right, I understand why you would feel that. I will do my best to keep an eye on you and to contact you as much as I can. But I have other matters to attend to, so it may be a few weeks before I next contact you.
That's fine. I'm going to continue looking for Charles.
All right. May the gods speed you on your quest, and may you keep yourself safe as well. Do not let whatever took Charles get the better of you.
I can't promise anything.
This dream will self-destruct in 3 seconds.
All right. And he says, he says, "Well, you are nothing if not a pragmatic individual. So I have great faith in your abilities, and I hope that you will be able to come out of this in one piece." And then you wake up. Dominic, you're sleeping by the forge, and in your dream, you are walking the halls of the manor, and there are things whispering to you. But but there is a light that you can see. And when you find your way to the light, you are back at the forge, and there is a great forge, and only it is now complete. There's a great forge in front of you, and it burns with the fires of Durgan. And its light pushes back the shadows of the house. And a voice says to you in Dwarven, "You can help tame this place. You know what you must do. The fires of the forge will be the cleansing flame that will produce the instruments of my holy will." And then you wake up.
So, he's gonna let out a great big yawn, look around, and is like, back to this mess. And he's gonna, yep, better get to work. And he's gonna start by going over to his brickwork. He's gonna pick up one brick at a time, carve a symbol into it, and then set it down. And then just repeat this over and over.
Alright. Alright. Philippe,
Yes.
what were you doing after the what were you going to do after the corpse flower incident?
After the corpse flower, I didn't really get hit too bad or anything. I'm still at full health, so I'm going to start heading toward where Vanderhilt people, and I'm going to try and find out where his mercenary guild is, where the ships are. That I heard he has the artifact stored at.
Alright, you're going to need to give me an investigation check.
Cool. $13.
Alright. So with a 13, you can find out that the mercenary, that the group of mercenaries that fit the description that Magog gave to you, is going to, is located in the docks, and you were able to find a specific warehouse they seem to operate out of. It's an abandoned warehouse, but when you approach it, you do hear noises coming from inside.
Alright, so he kind of bows his head slightly and he says, "Madeira, give me your luck and let me grant Gierden several more lives on this quest." And he walks up, he just starts walking up to the warehouse, and he knocks on the door.
Alright, there is no answer.
Are there any windows or...
There are some windows.
I want to try to stealthily take a look into the window. $17.
Alright. So when you look into the window, you can see some figures moving around, but it seems almost like there's some kind of haze inside the building and can't see too well. But there looks to be at least 4 or 5 figures moving around the warehouse.
And so there was no noise of anyone moving around, anything when I knocked?
No. You were completely ignored.
I'm going to wait outside for a bit to see if, for about 15 minutes, see if anyone enters or is going toward the door, or if anyone comes out of the door.
Right. Give me a perception check.
7.
What?
7.
7. Alright, so you don't see anybody come on in or out of the door. But you do feel a tap on your shoulder after a little bit.
Hello.
Alright, so you turn around and there is this large burly half-orc, and he says, look, you don't want to be hanging around here.
Oh, I'm a recruit. I have been sent here to help.
Alright, I'm going to need a deception check.
$15.
Alright, and he says, listen, if you're a recruit, then why didn't they tell you about the back?
They didn't tell me about the back. I'm guessing it's some sort of hazing ritual. Like, in other groups that we were at, people have been told to grab rapier grease and things of that sort. So I figured that somebody was maybe messing with me now that you tell me there's a back door.
And he says, alright, and he takes you around the back, and then he shows there's a little hatch on the ground next to the warehouse, and he opens it, and then as he opens it, there's a staircase that goes down, and he says, when you get to the door at the bottom of the staircase, knock twice, wait 2 minutes, knock twice more. Or wait a couple of seconds and then knock twice more.
So I follow his directions. I go down the stairs,
Uh-huh.
and I knock at the door at the bottom.
Alright, and someone opens the door and they say, who are you?
I'd be dressed as Carl at this moment.
Yeah.
My name is Carl.
Mhm.
I am here to help protect the merchandise.
And they look at each other and says, we've got no merchandise on hand right now. It's all been moved. You should know that.
People keep messing with me. Next thing, let me guess. You're going to tell me that I need to go find the whetstone for the butter knives?
Alright. Make a deception check again.
18.
Alright, let's see.
No, 19. Okay.
Alright. They say, they're still messing with the new recruits.
It's hazing. I expected it. Every new outfit I've been a part of, you have to do a bunch of stupid stuff. Hang from a tree upside down. Hide a golf ball up your ass.
Okay, look, we can't guarantee any work for you right now, but we can. I can get you to talk to the commander. All right, she's right back here, and he leads you back to a room, and in the back room there is this half-elven woman. One of her ears, the point has been cut off. And she looks you up and down and she says, who the heck is this?
Ma'am, I'm Carl, reporting for duty.
She says, Carl? I don't know any Carl in my outfit.
I'm a recent hire.
I know all the recent hires. They have to interview with me.
You may know me as Steve. I change costumes quite a bit. I don't like for people to see me in the same outfit twice.
And she says, I don't remember a Steve either.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I was told this specific building. I was told that there was merchandise that needed to be guarded, and that I was hired for a job.
We don't have any merchandise here.
Well, I apologize for the inconvenience. And as I'm at, I kind of want to notice, are there any windows into this room?
No, this room has no windows or only the one door.
Only the one door.
All right, and there are a couple arcane lanterns lighting the room.
Are there any chests, any safes, anything?
There is a chest behind her in the corner of the room. There, she is sitting at a desk. There is some paperwork on the desk.
But there's a chest back there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I must have been mistaken. I'm not that great with numbers. I'm going to check the next warehouse next door.
And see.
Unless you have any other work I could do. I'm happy to do it.
And she says, actually, I do have some work that I might have some useful for you. Why don't you follow me?
Okay.
Right, she takes you outside and takes you back to the to the entrance, and then she says, "I'm going to give you a choice now. This is your job. It's very simple. Your job is to forget you were ever here, and your job is never to come back here again."
I don't even know where here is.
All right, I like that. I like that a lot. Watch your back. If you can survive for another week with my men hunting you down, I'll let you back in.
Can do.
All right. So so she says, give my regards to whoever sent you to spy on me, and let them know if they try to hire somebody as inept as you are, who goes to the front door again, then they are never going to get through to me ever.
No problem.
Right.
After that, I'm going to head back, not to the Thieves Guild, because I'm not allowed in the building, but outside of it, and I'm going to, God, I can't remember the name of the person that I said. I'm going to wait for Victoria to leave there, and she and I are going to have a talk.
All right. All right, so Victoria leaves. She says, what's going on?
So, I know that you're skilled with magic, especially unraveling the weave with your music, and that you're a part of the School of Swords. I'm looking to learn.
And she says, all right. So I'm going to need some payment up front, and also some proof that you aren't just an idiot when it comes to using a blade.
Let's duel.
All right. So we're going to...
But if I win, I don't pay. You do this for free. And I'll give you advice on how to stop being so obvious when you kill people.
And she says, that's a nice trade. Make a persuasion check.
That's a 1.
All right. She says,
Halfway.
That's not.
Oh, ha, dude. That's a natural 20.
Okay. So
It's
she
a
says,
big gear change.
you know what? I like that. All right. You think I'm a bit obvious when I hit people? I think you might not be as finessed as you could be when it comes to using a sword. So let's see who's right. And I'm just going to have you make 3 attack rolls. She's going to make 3 attack rolls, and whoever gets the highest number, 2 out of 3 wins.
Awesome.
Yeah.
17.
10. So you get the first round.
11.
She gets a 22.
Okay. 9.
Natural 20. She says,
Just didn't know you were using metal dice. I was like, what is happening?
yeah, I am using my metal dice.
I'll go get the big foam dice.
Yeah, and she says, well, you aren't bad.
I'm not used to fighting when the object isn't to kill
So he says, well, if you're going to be part of the College of Swords, you're going to have to get used to that. Because we don't know, because part of being part of the College of Swords is honorable dueling, fighting to first blood instead of killing when you can, and always being a gentleman or gentlewoman or gentle person.
Sounds great.
All right. So I'd be willing to teach you, but I'm going to need at least 2 silver for the first lesson, and then we're gonna do this again every week, and you're gonna start learning, and it's gonna be 2 silver per week.
Why don't I just go ahead and pay up front? Here's 10 gold.
I like your style. All right. We've got a deal. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Same time?
Different place.
Different place. All right.
Busy night. Snuck into a place. Got found out. Being hunted. Became a bard. Hell of a night. Man.
It's an average night for Philippe.
I mean, he survived at least.
It's not even nighttime though.
He's
That's
still
why we were
being
meeting
hunted.
at 2, is that we needed sleep. It was morning, so like you've gone to lunchtime. I don't think you're gonna have 8 hours of sleep there.
Hi, puppy.
Nah, well, you do eventually meet up. So we're doing the liquid breakfast, right?
We were. I don't. The 3 of us had talked about it. Dominic
I think
and
Dominic
Archie
still has to go
and
shopping
Cameron.
for
Alright.
And he hasn't gotten the beer
breakfast food.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to go check on Thomas's body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's where I was going to get
Yeah,
breakfast.
I need to.
Not
It was-
Thomas.
Charles.
I need. Oh, yeah. My bad. Chucky. I'm gonna go. I have to go dispose of Chucky's body.
Yeah.
If I can.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so let's see. You're not used to disposing of a human body. It's not exactly the kind of thing that you're used to, so you're going to have to make an investigation check to figure out a good place to dump it off.
Okay.
Isn't it in the bottom of a? You put it in the water.
Yeah, you took your boat out and dumped it into the water. Dexter style.
Oh, right, you did do that.
Yeah.
Gotta remember
Sure,
you,
so-
these things.
His name's same episode you killed him, right?
The body appears back in your house
Yep.
with a note pinned to it.
I don't recall that, but I have not listened back to the episode.
did.
So, okay. So I guess I
I'm
will.
looking for the body and I panic when it's not there.
Yeah, and then I look to my arm where it says "You dumped it already," and I was like, "Oh, good job, past Archie," and I wipe it off. Okay, I dumped that shit out and fucking yep.
Can we say that after Ironwood woke up from talking with the elf, he just stayed up the rest of the night just drawing stuff?
Do we get full rests?
I'll allow you guys to have a full rest.
Excellent.
Are you making missing
Even
persons posters?
You can get a
Yes,
short
not
rest.
a short
please.
rest.
Okay.
No way is walking halfway across town and sleeping 8 hours.
No.
Just stop being poor and buy a
Maybe.
carriage.
Yeah.
Just have his
Stop
brain
That's
off.
why. That's why he didn't.
He's
That's why he
sleep-
wasn't sneaky
I got
enough.
it.
He's sleeping in the Uber
My
back and
name
forth.
is Robert.
Is that pirate?
All right. Yeah.
Can I find out what was in those vials before we meet up?
Yeah, I'm gonna need an Arcana check.
Can I just cast Identify on it?
Oh yeah, that also works.
I'll just cast Identify on it before you go to sleep.
All right, so the vials. All right, so the vials are specifically designed to negate powerful stenches. They are. It's not as enough to. It's not like a perfume or anything. It literally removes the source of the stench. It's a transmutation spell that makes things smell nice.
Okay. So it's magic perfume.
Magic perfume.
It's Febreze.
Yes.
Oh, me.
Super breeze. That's a good way of putting it.
Literally just type that. Never mind.
I'm gonna set those aside so I try to make more of those later.
All right.
Edwin's got to have a side venture of selling perfume.
Shit, I gotta pay for school somehow, man.
Weren't you an adventurer? Yep. Buy some perfume.
Perfect clientele right there. Adventurers get really smelly.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Like,
we
we
did
all
cover
take
in
a
shit
sl-
the first episode.
And then plant guts the next.
Right. Right.
I
Only 50 gold a vial.
I'll take that off.
So when Archie goes to leave the house, I'll grab Dominic and we'll head towards the. Or is there any last thing before we meet up?
No.
Is Cal doing anything?
sleeping.
Catching she has no incriminating evil thing she's done. Good for her.
I've not done anything evil.
Okay. Well,
You know, as you come to pick him up, he's just throwing bricks out the window right now from the old forge.
Not this one. No, this one's too yellow.
Like, no, not good enough.
so I'll
Sledgehammer. Still not good enough.
grab him and take him. Alan, that
gonna be
black
very
switch on the
grumpy
wall,
with you.
turn it. Thank you.
All right. So, the Bloody Talon. It's sort of. We said we were meeting up at the middle of the day.
Right.
All right, so not terribly packed. The bartender is there, serving, just cleaning glasses mostly. People aren't drinking as much. They're just they're ordering food, munching on some lunch.
On my way there, I did want to stop by the Silver Tusk house.
Tooth.
Silvertooth House.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking for that one guy I've seen, Darian.
Garrett.
Garrett?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's his name.
Garrett. You're gonna go look for the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't do names today.
So are you making fun of him as bad as I'm making fun of your dead
Nope,
servant?
I
Okay.
legit don't know.
Just so- all right. I just wanted to.
So you knock on the door to the Silvertooth estate, and it is opened by a small kobold in a nice little suit.
Is it clean?
And he says, "Greetings, sir. How can I help you?"
First thing, how does the house look? Is it nice?
It is very nice.
Cool. Okay, I'll have to be rude. I'll say I'm looking for Garrick Silvertooth.
And they say, Lord Garrick?
Yes.
I believe he is in his room right now.
Will you please be a dear and go fetch him?
I will. And then he says, if you would wait here in the foyer, he'd be happy to meet you here, and then you can go discuss things more privately elsewhere if need be.
Very well. I'll be here waiting.
All right. May I get your name, please?
Einroar.
Einmore. All right. And then he just walks off up the stairs. So the two, a little while later, Garrix and the kobold valet come back downstairs. They're speaking Draconic to each other. Do you speak Draconic, Einmore?
Nope.
All right. So you don't know what they're saying, but it sounds very guttural and almost close to roaring, but not roaring. All right. And Garrick eventually comes to you and says, "Einmore," and he claps you on the shoulders, and he says, "It is good to see you. To what do I owe the pleasure?"
Can we talk some more private?
It's like, sure. If you'll follow me to the library, I'm sure there will be nobody in there right at this time of the day. And he says, most of my family is not exactly the bookish sort. And he leads you to the library, and and then when you get in there, you find another Silver Dragonborn standing there reading from a book, and he's wearing a nice suit, and along around his neck is a amulet that signifies him as being at one time a part of the university.
Would I know that?
It's quite possible because those amulets are widespread. Graduates from the university do wear them openly when they go other places as a sort of status symbol. So it's quite possible that you've seen a couple during your lifetime.
Okay.
All right. And Garrick says, Magog, I didn't know you were home. And Magog says, I've been home for a couple of days now, Garrick. I didn't know that you had climbed out of the sewers. And then he gives a look towards your friend and he says, who is your friend here?
Einor Silver, Moon Shadow.
Einor Moonshadow, is it?
Yes.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Same.
How do you mind me asking how you're acquainted with my cousin?
He helped me the other day with the problem I was having. Rats in the sewer.
Oh, I see. I catch the drift a little bit. I take it you two want to be alone?
Yes, if you don't mind.
All right. I'll be gone in just a moment. And he takes a couple of books.
Can I look at the title of the books he had?
Yes, you can. I need a perception check.
Oof. Natural 20.
All right. So when he walks by, you see on the spine of the books, one of them says the Forgotten City of the Kadath, and the other says the Ninth God Heresy.
Forgotten City of
Kadath.
And what was the other?
The Ninth God Heresy.
My favorite metal album. Just a good name. The Ninth God Heresy.
What was his name again? The one that's leaving?
The dog.
Udog.
Madog or something like that.
Madog.
Right?
Magok.
Magok. I'm gonna say the dog. I hope we get to meet again someday.
Magog says likewise, and walks out the door. And Garrick looks around and says, "Okay, what did you need?"
I'm going to take out some paper that I made last night with a sketch of Charles and details about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this person is missing. I know with your connection to the underworld, you're probably my best bet to finding him.
And he takes a look and he says, he looks at the description and he says, you wouldn't happen to have anything of his on you, would you?
I would not.
Sometimes it's better to track by scent than by sight.
He was my retainer. I'm pretty sure I have something that he touched that would have his smell.
Yeah. All right. It's quite possible. You probably give me a flat d20 roll.
14.
All right. So you are able to find a handkerchief that in your pocket that had been given to you by Charles, and Garrick takes a look at it. He just straight up puts it to his mouth and sniffs it real deep, and he says, there are two smells on here, but one of them is yours. I should be able to discern which one is the other one. We'll do our best to look through the sewers, find any sign.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do owe you quite a bit, so I'm not going to charge.
Once you find him, we're even.
All right. He means that much to you.
Yes, he does.
All right. Well, then I'll do my best to find him.
All right. I'm going to leave. I'm just going to find, and on my way back to the bar we're all going to meet up at, I'm going to grab some random kid that's poor.
All right.
Particularly, I would like if he's homeless.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to give him 5 silver. And give him a copy of what Charles looks like, and the script's like if you spread the word around, if someone have any information about him, I'm going to pay 15 gold for it.
All right. Okay, and he says, that would be great, sir. Where can I find you?"
I want to tell him where I live.
Alright. This is in no way going to backfire.
The entire city is now rough terrain because it's filled with urchins.
No, I'm not gonna tell him. I want to tell him where the bar, the guild bar is.
Yeah.
I'm telling him to wait there for me.
Alright.
Then we're gonna make my way to the bar we're meeting at.
Alright.
Now, would I be able to buy holy water in bulk?
Can't you
Can't
make
you?
it?
Yeah.
You can
Technically.
you can buy water in bulk and bless it.
Make a tap and then bless the tap.
Wait a minute. No, it would 100% be within the character for the Church of Durgan to sell holy water in bulk. They are the Church of the Merchant
Do you
God.
mean Duroc?
Duroc. I keep saying Durgan, but I mean Duroc.
I just thought I had a new god.
Sorry.
I thought you said
That's my
Durden.
problem.
The Church of Tyler Durden.
I have been playing. This is the problem, and I should admit now on the podcast. I've been playing a lot of Pillars of Eternity and confused the name of my own god with the name of a race of dwarves in the first game.
That's okay. No one's getting names right today.
No,
Silver Tusk.
No.
Silver Tusk,
Dominic is.
because dragons have so
Dominic
many
is perfect.
tusks, you guys. All right,
So, how much would a couple kegs of holy water cost?
okay. So you're part of the Church of Durgan yourself, so you get an employee discount.
Of course.
We're gonna say each keg is a gold for you.
Oh, then I want 10 kegs.
All right.
jeez.
10 kegs of holy fire.
Yeah. Can I pay him an extra 5 to have them delivered?
Yes, you can.
That's what I do at my morning before heading towards the bar. Oh, and I stop at the market to get some food delivered. Because when I looked around the pantry, I noticed there was absolutely nothing in his house.
Yeah.
Just a quick note. I locked the door to the basement.
All right.
Just this apparently happened. Just lock the door.
All right.
If the door was locked, I'm going to assume there's no food down there. Because who locks the door to their food?
Yeah,
All right.
in their house.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Shut up.
There.
So, he just goes to the market, shops around for food,
Yeah.
maybe grab some live chickens. You gotta have your food fresh, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Free range.
Yeah, you're just gonna throw them into the yard and hope they don't run off.
Mm-hmm.
Living in a cave, they don't really get too far.
Just close the forge and leave them in there and hope they don't jump into the forge.
That's just free dinner.
Pre-cooked?
Right, you come home, dinner's already at the forge, you're a happy dwarf. You stab it with a sword and just go to eat.
Rotisserie.
Alright, so shall we meet?
Yep. And then he goes off and meets. And he tells you he has food on the way to the house, too.
Oh, good. We were running low.
Right.
Yeah, kind of noticed.
All right. So you meet up at the Bloody Town.
I changed, by the way.
All right.
I'm back dressed as Philippe.
Right.
So are your clothes labeled by name?
Nah, you can tell.
Carl outfit, Philippe outfit,
All right.
Steve outfit.
All right.
I want to meet Steve.
There's no Steve. The Steve is a lie, just like the cake.
That's what you want us to believe.
Mm.
That's true personality right there.
All right. So, what do you do when you get there? I assume you get a table to yourselves.
Yeah. I would come in, I'd glance over at the board to see if any new jobs are up.
There aren't any.
Okay. Then I would just kind of find a table, pull enough chairs around for everybody, and order lunch for myself.
All right.
I guess I'm gonna order lunch for myself too.
All right.
I mean, if we showed up together, I'd have bought you lunch, but you're out shopping.
I want to go up to the bartender. I can't remember his name, but this is that episode of Sebastian. And I want to say, hey, Sebastian, you know how occasionally I have people looking for me?
And he says, "What did you do?"
Nothing. I just need you to note any hangers-on that you don't recognize or anything like that. And just let me know if you see them.
All right.
I promise it won't happen in the bar again. To the best of my ability.
Lad, you've got to get your life together.
I always pay you for the cleanup. Very well.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Here's 5 gold.
When I come in, I'm going to tell Sebastian that some kids may come in here looking for me. Just get them a table and whatever they order is on me, but no alcohol.
And he says, "All right." You know, normally when people want to adopt, they go to the orphanage.
That's boring.
All right.
So can I have overheard the adoption comment?
I don't think Sebastian is keeping himself very quiet about that.
So when he comes over to the table, I'm just going to slap him on the back. Congratulations on the new kid!
Yep, thank you.
Where'd you pick him up at?
Somali.
That's the best way to find the kid.
Yep.
You're just taking children from the alleys now?
Yep.
How hands-on of you.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Could I think I might have a pocket watch? Like, I don't think I purchased one.
You probably have a pocket watch, yeah.
Okay. I kind of pull out the pocket watch, and it's coming time that we should all be meeting. I have an idea it'll be kind of a lively discussion. So eat now before everyone else shows up, and we can get back to our duties guarding the city.
I'm thinking of taking up an instrument. What instrument do you guys think would fit?
I think you're really good with shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Einroy.
Did you not sleep on your 300 thread count pillow last night?
Actually, it's 360.
Now, Einroy, we discussed just this morning that we were going to try and be more...
Not a prick.
Yes, not a prick.
To be fair, there are steps to this. You don't wake up one day and be a good guy.
I agree, but I think it would go a long way to that goal to apologize and then say something perhaps less mean.
Like he could pick up the lyre.
Pick up the lyre. I think that would be a suitable instrument. I think it would be poetic.
Very thematic.
Wouldn't it? The lyre.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I actually like that idea.
I'm going to also tell him about the dragon bards he was asking about. As an apology.
About the what?
The bards he was asking about before.
Oh. Yes. Thank you, Einroy.
Don't talk to me.
Baby steps.
I'm also going to take out some paper and show Dominic this schematics I have for basically a walkie-talkie that has the message cantrip inside of it so we can talk to each other across distance.
I'll look at him. I'm like, ooh, that looks fun. Then I'm just going to roll it up and put it in my pocket.
I look to the door, desperately hoping that Cal or Edwin walk in.
I would be on my way down at this point. I'm going to get there around 2.
I'll make sure all the stuff that I've taken place is thoroughly hidden.
Yeah.
And I'll add down.
Alright.
Especially the book. The book needs to be hidden.
Yeah.
I want to start arguing with Dominic about how that's my blueprints.
Alright. How's that argument go?
You gave it to me.
To look at, to make sure everything was
I'm
okay.
going to look at it more later.
No, I feel as though you're going to take it from me.
It's just a new sending stone.
No.
So is.
Proof.
Let's go to the patent office.
Fine, let's do this.
To the patent office.
No. We're supposed to be meeting, please.
Later today.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Alright.
Did the gods answer my prayer?
Alright.
I walk through the door.
Am I either struck dead or they come in?
I kind of wanted to see how this goes.
I walk through the door, I see what's happening, I turn around and walk back out.
No, please!
I'm assuming I would be there
Yeah.
relatively soon.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah. You can both be there.
I'll wave them to the table.
I'm gonna order some food first, though. If we just woke up, we stayed up so late, so I'm gonna get breakfast, lunch, breakfast.
Lunch,
I
breakfast.
think they call that brunch.
Brunch fest.
Breakfast.
That's what it is. There we go. I'll
Hey.
order a shot.
Archie,
That's
Um,
kind of like breakfast.
so you extended the offer for people to rest at your house, right?
Yes, but I'm afraid I will be retracting it.
You sure you don't have like a rather secure room with no windows that I might just be able to borrow for about a week?
That's a very... I feel like that is a layered question. Perhaps if you'd tell me why, I might be able to organize something. I have a beautiful family crypt.
Good luck.
No. We have no reason to keep anyone out.
Never mind.
In fact, people are dying to get in.
No, I'm good. If there's no rooms with really good locks that have no windows.
We try to keep the house well lit by natural light. Candles, that many candles can be expensive.
Nothing in the basement.
Afraid not.
I'll come on over and sit down.
Cal, Edwin, we're all here.
Where does Edwin sit at the table?
Where?
Yes.
Archie
Close.
scoots his chair out.
As close to the door as possible.
I'm going to remember what he said, that there's nothing special about his basement.
Yes, there's no livable conditions in my basement where
We
I
can
keep
fix that.
where I keep things.
So I'm gonna just shove a plate of meat over towards Edwin. Like, eat up!
I'm
You're nothing but skin and bones.
Edwin begins to eat.
He's
Thanks.
telling him no. So the whole corpse flower business. There's something clearly more at stake here. There's a bigger influence than we're aware of. Any ideas?
I want to tell them everything I know about how I believe there's mind flares evading, about the comas, everything I know. I just want to release the gate.
All right.
Don't we all know that?
Nope, never shared it.
He went finding out on his own.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a pretty horrible time to move to the city.
It sounds like a horrible time to be anywhere. If mind flayers are starting to invade.
Sounds like a great time to make some money.
I got enough to move. I think I could probably just do that.
But your education.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Perhaps this is something we should take to the authorities. What we can do is one thing, but the full force of God's Fall needs to be on alert.
I think
I
it is.
like that idea.
But what proof do we have? They're not just going to act on our say-so.
Did someone grab one of the rats? 'Cause that would have been great proof.
We brought it up to Miss
The professor,
Fimbleton.
yeah.
Who is working with the guards. So she should be able to back us up.
Yeah, we might have to go see her then.
A grieving socialite as Miss Charlotte should be able to give some backing to our claims, and I believe Einroar might be able to make his debut in the city.
No.
Okay.
Well,
You'll
there's
need,
that.
you'll need to speak with them as you have most of the information. You just don't need to.
I told you all everything.
Okay.
Do you
What?
need a hug? Did you not sleep well?
Please do not touch me.
Should I buy you a potion
Please stop talking to me.
from the apothecary?
I'm
I,
sorry.
I think he's.
Do you need a potion of chill the fuck out?
Yes, that'll be great.
Okay.
I think he's being kind enough to ask politely that we not pry further. Cal, what do you think?
Edwin had mentioned going to see Valhalic's home, which he's not living in anymore, but there might be some clues there. Or we could go to the Temple of Duroc and visit him, see if he has anything on his person.
Let's see if we get over his house.
I would say the house first.
Would I know where his house is through my studies of looking up the coma?
I know where his house is.
Oh.
Archie knows where his house is. For Philippe might, I don't know, but he's pretty famous and we're local.
Fair enough.
Well, this suggesting breaking and entering against merely going to a church to speak with someone, I would actually vote for the church.
I like the idea of breaking and entering.
I like the idea of visiting a church in the daytime.
Well,
Breaking and entering at nighttime? Finger guns?
Let's start with a church.
I think that's a plan. Philippe, do you have any information that you might have been able to dredge up the past couple hours on the comas, on the mind flares, anything moving in the underworld in preparation?
I haven't heard anything like that. I was focused on a little bit of personal business last night.
Fair.
Her name was Gertrude.
Of course. If you...
Sounds like a lot of woman.
Is that what you needed that room?
That's my grandmother's name. Just gonna throw that out there. So off we
Right.
go.
So if you could, next time, should you have free time or speak with your contacts, if you could just start putting lures out there about any occult activity or anything relative to mind flares, I think that would be a great help to us.
I can do my best.
Thank you. Is there any other thoughts before we head to church?
Which church are we going to again?
The temple.
Duroc.
Which
Of
one?
Duroc.
Oh, Duroc.
Duroc.
Okay,
The-
yeah, that's
the
fine.
temple.
Yeah, we can go there.
Is that...
Are
I
there
guess
other
we don't...
churches?
We don't know
There-
what god you follow, right?
There are other churches. The other big one is the Temple of Yrden, the Somber Maiden.
Okay.
What's she the goddess of?
Yeah.
Death.
Death? Oh, I'd be allowed to know.
Well, he does have like a big old Duroc symbol on his shield.
You did send a prayer to her before you botched that entrance attempt.
Sure did.
So, then...
As Carl. Just leaving that out there.
Well, Dominic, then I believe you should take lead on this one. I have a feeling that a couple of us might not be the most eloquent to speak with a holy person, and seeing as how you are one, you would be best to speak.
It's just a shield, but fine. Let's go talk to some priests.
All right.
Stuck up bastards.
Is there anything else?
I mean, I settle up my tab, whatever.
Are you
I
sure
owe.
you don't want to go breaking and entering?
Tonight. Dominic,
First?
tonight.
Fine.
A few hours. You can count the hours down, and if it helps to get you through the day.
Dominic, I'm starting to like you a little bit more.
He just really doesn't want to go to church.
All right. So everybody, I'd say, spent about a silver in terms of food and stuff.
Not Edwin. Everyone kept feeding him. Everyone just sits
I
here
just
and we
paid
give him
I
crap.
paid for a shot. That was it.
There's one person in every campaign who never spends money, and then it's like, oh no, we need this. I have 5,000 gold.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't have any
how?
All
money.
right, fine. Edwin, you spent 3 copper.
Yes.
I bought nothing.
Is that
He
is
didn't
that
eat.
after my student
Yeah, but you
discount?
had set up tablets. So you have future spending.
Since we're moving through the market, can I get a potion? Can we do any shopping we need to do?
I just give you one.
A healing potion?
Yeah.
Shit.
I have 2 and I've not touched them.
So would there be a stall or a shop selling like uncommon magic items?
Most of those are actually going to be closer to the Temple of Duroc where you're going.
As we get there, I want to show Isaiah sending stones.
All right.
Is one of the potion shops by any chance the shop owner sell poisons kind of off the cuff, kind of secretly?
I mean, how would you go about finding that out in
Thieves'
the middle
camp.
of the day?
Thieves' camp?
Alright, so you can try Thieves' Cant in a couple of the potion shops. Alright, and go ahead and I'm going to roll a... no, you roll an investigation chant.
Okay.
Okay. Check.
8.
Alright, so no, you can't find anybody.
Oh. 10?
No.
I'm going to pick up things to make a bag of holding.
All right. So that's gonna be a certain amount of.
And things I would need for my walkie-talkie idea.
Well, if we're looking for stuff for that, I would do the same thing for dark vision goggles.
All right.
Except I'm going to use plague mask stuff as any other extra things.
All right. I will give you all a subtotal on that later.
Okay.
Yeah. So I need to.
If it costs too much, I'll just cost it.
We're looking for
If it
common
costs
or
too much for
uncommon magic items.
If it costs too much for Edwin to pay for it, I'm going to laugh at him.
For common magic items, it's about 50 GP, and for non-common, it's about 200 GP, according to the book. For materials.
So 50?
Yeah.
For common.
Would it be possible? Would Cal get any kind of? I mean, if she asked nicely, discount on stuff from her mother's family's mines? Like I was going to offer that to Dominic if that was an option.
Possibly. Your family mine's iron, correct?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you can get a discount on iron. We'll say about a 25% discount. So
Okay.
if there's anything that requires iron, we'll say you take 25% off of it.
Dominic's gonna have to build a stockyard at that house now.
Dominic, I wanted to talk to you about, since you are building a forge, my mother's family owns some iron mines. It's out of the country, so it might take some time to get if you need a lot. I don't know how much we have on hand, but I could
generally
definitely...
a lot.
Okay,
A lot
well,
works.
we do have a lot. I don't know how much a lot you need, but could get you a decent price for
Plus
the
that
supplies.
dwarven discount, right?
We are not dwarves, so no.
Yeah. And what better for a noble family to have a fine dwarven craftsman working their metal?
They do have quite a few of them in her home country, but
None like me. The best of them.
I will take that under advisement. You can always talk to my father.
I so will have to.
Okay.
I'll even offer you a discount on my wares if so. Trust me, they're worth it.
Very, very inexpensive would be nice, especially if most of them are made from the metal that I'm giving you.
Is it that bad?
No. But you're saving money because I'm giving you items.
But the work is where most of it comes from.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll put it on the table for now.
All right.
Anyways, apparently we gotta go to church, guys.
Should we bring children as a peace offering?
Wrong
If I wanted to use
religion.
item to multiple effects on it, how would that work?
Multiple effects on one item.
Yeah, so say I have an
Uh,
mask. Or
Let's ask after the church scene, because we are going to eventually go into a little bit of downtime where you'll
Sounds-
be able to do some crafting. If you were of the crafting variety, which it seems we have several people who are. All right. So you arrive at the Temple of Duroc. You are greeted by a young human who says, "Greetings. The faithful are always welcome here."
He's gonna, yeah. Who are we looking for?
Valhalla.
I'm looking for a Valhalla. If you could take
Just-
me there.
Are you?
I'm just gonna flash him my little holy symbol.
And he says, of course,
Like,
yes.
Just very secretly.
Right this, and it just says, right this way, brother. And he's not picking up at all that you want to be secret. He's just gonna.
I'm not your brother.
It's like,
You don't even got a beard.
It's just like, well, I
Anyways,
just
come
meant
on.
in the faith
Which
sense.
way are we going?
I nudge Cal. He's his brother.
And then he's gonna lead you upstairs, and there's gonna be into a little room. And then in this room is just bare bones, not a furnishing, and in a rocking chair, not even rocking, just staring out the window, is a slightly older gentleman, grizzled looking, got battle scars on him, looks like a warrior that has gone to seed and has not fought in quite some time.
I'm gonna hold the door open and go, alright, you're unconscious, guy.
Is there anything in the room? Does he have any personal belongings? He's wearing clothes.
He's wearing clothes, yes, and there are some. There is a rack on the wall that has a sword and a shield on it.
There's no armoire or anything where there might be some stuff.
No, there is a armoire, but when you open it, you find just some more basic clothes. It looks like most of his possessions are just the sword and the shield.
I'd like to go and investigate the sword and the shield.
All right, so give me an investigation check.
Okay. 16.
All right, so you can tell just by looking at them; these are very nice, fine weapons. That they were and that they each bear the mark of the Temple of Duroc. So, that being the case, it's quite possible that these were forged for Valhalla by the temple priests themselves, a way to thank them for his service, or even as a commission during his time as a warrior.
Okay. I'm going to... excuse me. I'm going to kind of take it down from where it's at, the sword, and I'm going to kind of show it over to Dominic and a work of your brothers.
Is it?
Yeah, it is definitely the work of...
Is it Dwarven or just from the temple?
It is from the temple. There are some Dwarven techniques being used. But you're not sure if they're Dwarven, but you wouldn't be able to tell directly if it's Dwarven techniques or if it's been techniques that dwarves passed down to a few of the brethren in the temple.
Alright. It's like, yeah, very Dwarven made. A little bit of religious work in here. If you notice, like, right here on this part, that's very religious marking right there.
Ah, I see. Very religious. And
Yes.
It emanates God's light.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm going to ask Edwin to... Could you cast Detect Magic around here? Make sure there's nothing fishy.
Yeah, I was already going to do that. I'm going to stand next to Valhalla, though, and then I'm going to ritually cast it.
Alright, you ritually cast Detect Magic. Alright, so as per when you've cast Detect Magic before, what you find is that the sword and the shield are each magical. And that in the rest of the room there are no magic auras.
Okay. So I still get the weird vibe off of him.
You do.
Off everybody else.
You do get the weird vibe off of him. You get that strange feeling of a magic that's not necessarily like you've ever felt before.
Have you told us about that weird vibe yet?
Yes, I told you guys about it with the necromancer. I can't remember his name.
Who we met at the house afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tell us about it again?
Yes.
Like, how big is this city again?
Pretty big.
Quite large.
How far is that spell distance?
For Detect Magic? Not far enough to pick everything up.
That'd be a lot of walking and casting, huh?
Yes.
What if?
If you want to carry me, maybe?
I have a donkey.
I'm not riding your ass.
I do want... Oh, never mind. No, never mind.
What if
What?
we get a bunch of wizards?
I also tell you that you let you guys
Yeah.
know that the weapons are magical as well, which I would assume.
What if we get a bunch of wizards, line them up 30 feet from each other, and have them all cast Detect Magic?
Sounds expensive.
Kind of like a chain of Detect Magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds very expensive.
Yes.
And just have them walk from one side of the city to the other.
You know,
One time
Like
in police
driving a
call.
ball.
It's a bunch of wizards and then a bunch of beefy guys grabbing them by the waist and holding them up and just march down the street. Comb the area. We ain't found shit.
Is there somebody going to be going, wee woo, wee woo, as they walk down?
This is the one part of the group.
We're gonna be stepping over urchins, though, thanks to someone.
These children.
Now that I know that these items are magical, I look to Dominic and I say, perhaps this is something that we can ask, that you may be able to ask your brothers here, if they could donate to our cause.
Well, I think these ones are already owned. But he's not using them. Let's ask.
You know, Dominic, I like you. You say what I think sometimes.
I have an idea. I don't know if this is going to work. I want to cast Comprehend Languages on Bahalik.
Oh.
Oh. So you're
As a
gonna,
ritual.
as a ritual, you're casting it on him so he comprehends languages?
See if he'll comprehend languages, or if I could see what's going on in his head, maybe. To see if that messes with
to
the,
see what's going on in his head,
with
you
his
need
magic.
you need
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts.
Which is a second level.
I still want to do it to see if he can listen to us, to see if he'll hear us.
Alright.
Are they in like completely catatonic, unresponsive, or are they just kind of in a babbling?
They're unresponsive.
Okay.
So I want to go ahead and cast that. And it's like, hey, do you hear me?
It doesn't seem to have any effect.
Snap my fingers at him in the face.
No.
Worth
Well,
a shot.
I could try protection from good and evil. I could try that might help purge him. But when I tried to do it on the kid earlier, when he was going to be infected, it wasn't of no use. I think there's a value to your idea of trying to pry into his thoughts, though I'm terrified of what would be in there.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea.
Well,
At least
if we
not for me to
protect
do it.
him, and then we have him cast it.
I mean, if
I don't have anything that's going to let me read his thoughts.
Here's the thing, though.
Affect them.
Alistair's mother, after she died, felt like she'd already been dead. Like she was too cold. So it's unfortunately quite possible that Vahalik is already dead as well.
I touch him.
Alright, so he is he does feel quite cold to the touch. But you also do feel, if you were to put your hand on your wrist, a pulse.
Okay.
I would slap him.
I feel for a heartbeat.
Alright. Yeah, you feel for a heartbeat, you find a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yep. I'm
You
slapping.
slap him.
Yep.
He doesn't respond.
That is no way to treat a patient.
When I slap him, like I understand, like his temperature been cold, but was his skin clammy or anything?
No, it felt like you ever shake hands with a really old person and they just feel cold?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
His skin, like, is there like a bruise forming on him, or
There is a bruise.
Because he's old. He's already dead.
I'm gonna
Died.
turn his head so the bruise is hiding?
just kind of push his face onto his shoulder.
Yeah.
And we have elder abuse.
I go
Again.
I go, Einroy, you need to be respectful. And I correct his dentures in his mouth.
Evan, did you ever when we were down there with those rats, did you ever cast detect magic down there?
Honestly, I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did.
Because they were controlling people's minds as well. I wonder if this has anything to do with that.
I think it's a form of that. They themselves were controlled by something greater, to my understanding.
Unless they work on some type of hive mind to work together.
Possibility.
But then we only seen 3 of them? 4 of them?
You had seen a swarm of
A
rats.
swarm of them. Okay, so a shite ton.
Knowing that we're dealing, and I kind of say it in a lower voice, knowing that we're dealing with mind flayers, we are treading in very, very dangerous waters.
So, you said it's not exactly a spell affecting them, just a spell-like effect?
It's a magic that you haven't really, that doesn't feel like any other magic you've found. It's an effect that is strange and somewhat on the magical spectrum, but not in an arcane or divine sense.
So I was going to say, like, would identify, it tells you the name of the spell or effect. Would that be...
We did that. We did that already.
So we're done?
Yeah, and it wouldn't let us actually figure anything out.
It's not magic; it's something else, right?
Yeah.
If it's psionic or whatever they use.
Just an idea. Might we charge the market and find out if we can find a scroll of detect thoughts?
We could try that. I have a scroll of suggestion. Maybe I could suggest that he talks to us.
To be honest,
unless we can find something else. I get discounts at the college as well. So
to be honest, I don't think that's a bad idea.
However,
Because if he is under a mind control, forcing him to speak, we might hear the voice of what is controlling him.
Or it might not work if whatever is causing him to be the way he is overpowering whatever projects I have.
I do like the idea of the detect thoughts. I will say, because that one sounds more likely to work than necessarily the other options.
Cal, you had a thought?
maybe it could be really stupid, but we're trying to talk to him, and if he's not there, maybe we should be trying to talk to whatever is there.
I believe detect thoughts would pry in, and whatever is controlling his mind, I believe we would hijack the link.
Right. With comprehend languages, it could either understand us, or we can understand whatever is in there.
If you cast it on yourself, you should be able to understand whatever voices are ringing his bell.
If you cast it on yourself, you can't understand voices you can't hear.
But detect thoughts will allow him to hear the thoughts in his mind
Do you
and
have
being able to
anything
read them.
that would stop stuff from attacking me?
Depends what the stuff is.
I do have protection from good and evil, which will help to keep...
Plus, we're in a great big old church. I'm sure we could find something.
A church that has not been able to heal this man, and you said that didn't work.
Well, healing and protecting is
That's
totally
true.
different.
If we do connect you, I can try the protection, but it didn't work from saving the boy.
Maybe he was too far gone.
Perhaps. Are you willing to risk? And I point at the guy. Are you willing to risk this?
If it gives us more information, I still say maybe we wait for this as our last option. If we find nothing in the house, then I will try this.
I think that's fair. I looked to everyone else. This is I think we have a good plan that has a really high risk in it.
Those are the best
If we
plans.
find nothing in the house, I'm stealing everything we can out of there to get as much protection, whatever that stuff is. So I'm
You
not a
say I steal
brainless
everything
idiot.
I can. I look at Dominic.
I'm just gonna hold up the sword like.
Well,
But first, I'm gonna cast Identify on it as a
Nothing
ritual.
in the house protected him. Why is it going to protect you?
I was going to sell it for money to buy stuff that would protect. I'm not above.
We should
doing, yeah, I'm not above stealing and like theft to protect myself. I don't want to be that guy.
I do think perhaps we should speak with some of the holy men here to see if his condition has changed. It might not have.
Right.
We might be done here.
They've
How
had
long
more time to
has he
look at
been
it
there?
as well. They might have learned some things.
In the temple, do we know that? Or I know it was mentioned. The lady wrote the letter a year or so before, or something like that. A few months. I remember what I have written down. I don't think I wrote the.
He has been about a year that he's been in a coma.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been about a year.
Yeah, but he got sick and then she went to visit him. So she
Right.
was not... I don't think we ever knew... I don't think you ever said specifically when... like a few months? I feel like it was maybe a few months. But he was sick over a year, and then after that, she went over to talk to him.
Well, a coma's a type of sickness.
Okay.
I mean, we're visiting a guy in a coma right now.
Are we stealing this stuff? Is that what we're doing? Are you guys stealing this?
I thought we were
sword
going
shield?
to...
Are we going to steal the sword shield?
This is where
I think I really think this is worth talking about because
Let's.
I say yes.
I'll-
There's no use to him.
I think they'll know it was us if it comes up. Missing.
and that's
have-
where I'm at with that.
I have an idea. Hear me out on this. Out of character. You can make stuff, right? I've played a forge cleric. You can make stuff up to 100 gold.
Listen, I will let you melt down the great sword of detect magic if we can steal both the
Boy,
sword.
I'm
and
gonna
shield.
go
he
down and
just
talk
needs
to-
that much
I'm gonna
gold.
go
So he
talk
just
to
needs a
a
sword.
Okay, yeah,
up to 100 gold.
I can do that.
Shield.
We're not comfortable.
I don't
with
think
it.
it's a
good
My
idea.
mother worships.
All right, so
Stealing
you're
from the
going
city
From your
main
own
temple.
I'll walk-
from your
I'm
own
walking
church?
out.
Is it the city's
From
main
the
temple
church.
or your own church? I just want to know where we stand as a cleric.
This isn't my church.
I'll
My
talk
church
to
is way
whoever
back in
would
here.
be,
Okay.
high up enough that they would be able to
I will also
make
if
authoritative
you're gonna do
decisions.
identify, I'm
Alright,
I'll do identify.
But we can't talk right now because
All right,
everyone's talking
so
a
All
lot.
right,
identify the
guys.
sword.
All right, guys. Just let's back over to Alex.
So we'll identify them, and then we'll go ask if we can borrow them.
all right, they are each. It's a +1 sword and a +1 shield. And then Cal, you were going to.
Well, if they're not talking about steel and stuff anymore, I won't leave. But if they do, I'm gonna walk out.
I think there was a moment where where Edwin was talking about stealing from the house, and then somebody said the sword shield, and we all just kind of like snickered to ourselves, but never filled it out.
Wait,
Just
what was? Did you actually do
Well,
identify
I
on the
thought
sword
you
and
were
shield?
Yeah,
mentioning
they're just
Yeah.
+1.
Plus
Like-
the points.
No, he's the one who did this.
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
him to look at it to see if it had any value.
Right. I thought you were doing it like in character, like
No, he
was.
did this in character. It was Dominic who shook it around at the idea of stealing
from his church.
Um,
You're great.
from his
So-
own god.
there,
I was making sure no one was stealing from it.
I
Makes sense.
I just thought of something that might be a problem. Not with the breaking in, I'm fine with that. But if it took one necromancer to have the grandmother be in a coma, is
The
there
necromancer
possibly...
did not do that. We're thinking it was something else. Whatever it is that Edwin can't identify.
It's whatever the necromancer.
Alistair was
Okay.
answering to someone.
who put his grandmother in a coma.
We don't know that, but likely.
But what I'm thinking, maybe the kid, what was his name? Alistair?
Alistair.
Right? Alistair was doing the bidding, but did have the power to put her in the coma.
She's
That
the
means
one
that
who did it to him. He did not put himself in a coma.
She was the inspiration that drove him to concern of his mortal coil.
I'm
do
just
not-
thinking there's a network of necromancers in this city.
I do not think it has
you're
anything
right.
to do with necromancy.
If it was anything with necromancy, I would know it. It would emanate necromancy. It would be magical, something I'm at least somewhat familiar with. I'm not familiar with any of what's going on.
I don't think this is the proper place for this conversation. We should let the resting
No, he's
man
not
rest.
gonna listen.
I want to try the college.
I've got-
videos.
Dominic, I'm going to level with you. I think he is.
Well, he's not listening.
I think he's a
I
vessel.
cast deafness on him.
You know, finger winks.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
It freaks me out.
All right,
She
that's-
said it, I'm freaked out.
No, I think that's a really good idea.
since this became a dead end, what do we do now? We wait for darkness?
I think we should talk to
Let's see
whoever's
if they
been
got
his
a
prime.
key.
What?
Well, someone has to be taking care of his house.
I just think it's kind of suspicious. We see him, then his house get broken into.
Well, I think Hal has a good idea. We need to go talk to the doctors or to the priest to see if his condition has changed at any time he's been here, if he's done anything odd, and what items they brought with him besides his sword and shield. Maybe that's something we could use.
What type of security do they have here? Is he being constantly
ADT.
monitored?
Yeah.
Is he being constantly monitored?
And as you are thinking that there is a knock on the door, and it says, "It is time for your day, your lunch, sir." All right. All right. So she opens. The nurse opens the door and says, "Who are all you?"
I
Concerned
just walk
citizens?
by. We're just trying to fix him.
Just, I
Where's his regular doctors at? We gotta go talk to them now.
And she says, "You are physicians?"
Close enough.
Do we not look like physicians?
I'm decked out in complete armor. with
Yeah.
swords
Me
sticking
too,
out
me
of
too, me
everywhere.
too. Sword and a glaive.
Yeah.
So, to be quite frankly, no, you don't.
We're an adventuring
It's-
position.
I think I'm the one.
It's because have we figured out that he's a cleric?
It's because
No.
we're not.
Like,
Yes.
with the evidence that we have so far,
He's been healed. He knows, and he just told us.
Yeah, I
And
blew
the
up his
guy
spot
when we
at
walked in
breakfast.
called him brother.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's part of his holy symbol matches the one I saw on the door here. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that he, is a healer of some kind.
And she says, "What?" And she says, a fellow
no
a
healing
brother
for
of the order.
you.
A fellow brother of the order.
I don't know what you're talking about. But where's his doctor's at?
I can take you to the physician in charge of him right away.
Well, let's go.
All right, so she takes.
Oh, we're gonna need to look at his house too. Find out who's taking care of that.
Says, okay, you'll need to get permission from the high priest for that.
I'll go see him this afternoon.
All right.
This afternoon.
I'm gonna pull. While we're going,
Later this afternoon.
It's later this afternoon. We got to
Later.
the bar
Later
at
this
2,
afternoon.
and then we ate, and then we walked around shopping. It's nighttime.
I'll see him at dinner.
Oh, Anwar, you wanted something?
yeah, I'm gonna pull Edwin to the side. Do you think that maybe a dispel magic will have some type of effect on him?
It's possible. It's something we haven't tried.
Yeah. I just want to. I feel we were talking to the physician to see if they tried that because you said it was some type of magic. Or
Some type of magical like effect. It's not any magic I know. It doesn't ring to be arcane or divine.
it's
in any way.
but it's definitely not one of the 7 schools.
It isn't.
Okay.
Yes. 'Tis not. So
I say Dominic and I and whoever else wants to, we go talk to the high priest, and then you guys talk to the people who've been trying to heal him now. We meet back at the entrance in an hour.
I should probably go with you. My mother worships here. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have a member of my family along, even if you all do most of the talking.
So we 3 go, we talk to the high priest, you 3 go and talk to the physicians.
Sounds good.
I want to. Is the nurse still there or the orderly? Alex.
She's
The
feeding.
nurse.
He can't feed himself.
Yeah, the nurse is feeding him, so she grabbed
I'm
a young, we'll just say acolyte.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
And-
hang back for a second to see how she feeds him. Then I'm gonna leave.
I assume that's what both of you guys wanted to do.
Very messily. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh, it's because he can't hear what she's saying. But I want to ask you
No,
if
I'm
there's
not.
this.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna immediately leave because I did hit him. He does have a bruise.
Yeah, we leave. Maybe we should come back to the temple later.
All right.
Everyone's
So the 3 of you who's going to see the physician?
us three is going to see the physician.
So that's going to be Archie, Edwin, and...
Archwin and Einroar.
Don't do that.
Archie,
Walked our way into it.
Archie,
Edwin.
There it is.
It's not real.
But I want to ask the orderly or the acolyte before we leave if there's where they store people's possessions that are brought into here.
And he says, we only bring what's absolutely necessary or is requested by the person. The most of their possessions are looked at or looked by after by the family and the kept in their homes, and with the intention that we eventually release them to their home.
What about the clothing that they wore upon admittance? I'm assuming he hasn't worn this the whole time he was here.
No, we've been washing his clothing, and he is still in there.
Okay.
Yeah, in the room.
It's still in the room.
Yeah.
And we should look through stuff a little bit better.
I'm gonna assume since he asked that question, we're all still there. I'm gonna ask him then why is his sword and shield here if only the necessary things are here?
A sword and shield is necessary.
Like he's
Always.
entitled
The
to
sword and shield are marks of his honor and his service. They are there to remind everybody that he is a very important person, not only to the community but to the church specifically, for he has helped save the members of the Brotherhood on many occasions.
On our way then.
Let's go talk to doctors. Then I dropped this.
All right. Okay, so you eventually meet the doctor, and the doctor is just an older woman, and older woman says, what can I help you with?
It is myself, Einor, and Edwin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the reminder.
We're here to visit and check on the condition of what's the guy's name?
Valhalla.
Of Vahalik. There have been some complications in the general populace that we thought it might be worth speaking with you about his condition and if it has changed over the past year.
What business of yours is his condition?
We would find that others are falling ill in a very similar way, and we are looking for a patient zero, if you might need the analogy.
All right. So you don't. Do you think that this whatever he has is potentially spreading to other people?
It may not be spreading from him, but there's very similar incidents happening. That have happened.
I've been looking into it, and I found out similar cases from other people. I thought there was connection at first where there was only attacking the nobles, but the further I looked, I found out it's also attacking people of lesser stature.
So
we're looking for what people on both ends of the spectrum have in common, that they may be plagued by this disease.
that would be news to me. No one's brought me any cases other than Valhalla. And I can tell you this, nobody in the temple has caught anything from him.
Well, yes, from my studies, from what I found out, is based on what they have available to us, where they sent. Since Valhalla is such a high-profile person, he was sent here, but others were sent to other places.
Just says, yes, that is true. We do mostly serve higher class clientele in this temple. So it would make sense to these other. So that would make sense to me. But surely, if there was some kind of contagion, it would have spread from Valhalla by now to someone else in the.
I don't believe it's something that's communicable between people. Maybe it's something environmental. Maybe they've shared some type of food, or they bought certain items from someplace and that came from there. Not so much passed from one to the other.
Or perhaps there's a connection to something greater that Vahalik has. His days adventuring and such.
Yeah, his friend, Miss Renhold, Catherine, what's her name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte Renhold. Her mother also fell to the same disease.
Is that true?
Yes.
Why didn't they not bring her here?
I couldn't speak on that. Why?
It might be being kept under wraps for the social aspect. So perhaps it would be well for you to keep that under your hat.
I am trained in doctor-patient confidentiality and in the cloister of the confession. I am good at keeping secrets when it is necessary. I can tell you personally what I know of Vahalik's condition. He is completely unresponsive. He has to be force-fed to eat. He is to be completely taken care of as if he was a comatose. As far as we can tell, he is. No spells of restoration have ever been able to change his position, his condition, and none of our normal methods for treating the comatose have ever been able to restore him. As far as we know, the Vahalik that was once there is no longer.
A pity.
Has he had any moments of clarity since?
None whatsoever.
Or any strange outbursts?
Strange outbursts?
You say he's mostly comatose. Has he gotten up and walked at any time?
No.
Or found him in strange places?
No. Why do you ask?
There's been cases where others have gotten up and moved across the room once or twice. So maybe it's not odd for him to do the same. So if others have, maybe he has as well.
I could not say that we have observed him doing anything of the sort.
Have you tried any attempts to approach his mind to?
Oh no, that's the mind is sacred. That would be a violation of what we stand for.
Okay, that is noble of you, but if it were to offer you insight into his condition, could you not look past those tenets to the good health of a noble person?
It is. I mean, okay, make a persuasion check.
No.
No. You rolled a die and got no.
Natural 1.
All right.
Yeah, it should. It's
No,
yeah,
no,
I'll get it, Megan. Thanks.
Absolutely not. Listen, to be able to read, you don't need to be able to read someone's thoughts to diagnose them. And if you cannot talk to a patient, then that is your problem. And if there were any thoughts to be heard, I am fairly certain that they would be turned towards taking care of himself at least a little bit, and that we would see some responsiveness from him.
Oh, perhaps you're right.
Have you tried any magical means of trying to awaken him?
Well, like I said, we have tried spells of restoration that sometimes have worked before with other comatose patients, but nothing has worked.
Have you tried dispel magic?
We have tried dispelling him. We have tried seeing if we could remove any curses. None of them has worked.
Has he had any visitors other than us?
Vanderhilt has visited him a couple of times, but that's not unusual. Vanderhilt is the two of them ventured together. The Holic taught Vanderhilt everything he knew.
Vahalik was a mentor to Vanderhilt.
Yes.
Now, just for me to remember, is Vanderhilt the one who wants less adventurers, more guards?
Yes, he is.
Well, that is very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
If you don't mind asking, how often is he checked in on?
Several times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. A couple of other times after that to make sure he hasn't soiled himself.
If we could ask, over the next couple of days, would it be possible to have somebody sit with him continuously to see if there's anything that might happen with him?
Alright, she says, yeah, it is certainly possible.
Because it's what, coming up on... I knew why. There may be things happening if we find others with this, that small details that we might have missed if you only check on him. We may be able to see something. So if somebody sits with him, looks for small gestures, small hand movements, eye movements throughout the day.
I can make that request, certainly. May I ask whose auspices you're acting under?
We are acting underneath the work of the guild.
The Monster Hunters Guild.
The Monster Hunters Guild.
How is the Monster Hunters Guild involved in this?
Well, we too are trained in keeping certain information private. You just need to know that we are not here in some sort of sick hobby. Not all of us, at least.
Alright, and she says, alright, I will do what I can. Alright, and now?
Thank you.
Alright, now to the group that went to talk to the High Priest. Alright, so, you will walk and you are led into the room of the High Priest. And three of you, this being Philippe, Dominic, and Cal. And, you are led in, and the High Priest is a very tall human man with a full beard and a shaved head, and he wears very ostentatious robes of a golden color, and he says, "To what do I owe the pleasure of speaking with the young lady Huntington Whip?"
We've come to ask you a favor. We are looking for information. We're trying to help a Holic. And if we could find any sort of information, evidence to indicate what might be causing his ailment. He doesn't have anything on his person, so we're wondering if we might visit his home. What we would have to do to be permitted to do that. I'm sure my mother would be very grateful if you'd help.
He said he takes a minute and he strokes his beard and says, It says, I could see, it's quite possible that we could allow you in there, but first I must ask, what is your interest in Vahalik's case?
We've become aware of other people also suffering from the same condition, and we're trying to figure out what's causing it.
Could you guys reach over and turn that on the low? Go ahead.
We believe that he is the first person that we are aware of who was suffering from this condition. So we're trying to see if there's anything we can tell that might be similar about his home as compared to where the other people might have acquired this condition.
He says, all right, that is very interesting. Is this a matter that the Huntington Wits are involved in, or is it just a personal project of yours?
It's not a Huntington Whip thing. I'm sure anyone would be relieved to have a hero of his stature return to his former self. It's something that we are working on with the Monster Hunters Guild.
And he says, I see. Well, in that case, I might have something that may be of interest of you. Do you have any other companions that have come with you?
There are 3 more. They were talking to the physicians to see if they could get any more useful information from them.
Then, if you could follow me, get them together and follow me, and I'll show you something.
Can I insight check him?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay, so I insight check him.
You can insight check.
Super creepy.
Can I insight check?
I'm having
No,
no.
you're not there.
Well, I believe him. That fantastic beard, he wouldn't lie.
Nearly dwarven.
I have to look something.
Not quite,
I
but
have to be very
close
careful not
enough.
to let anyone see.
Yeah, but I already see what book you're looking in.
Yeah, I know.
I want to hear what you got.
I got a 6.
I got 13.
All right, so you think that something's very odd, but it's definitely nothing that that perhaps it's just a secret that he must keep, something that he must keep secret from other people, and that as a member of this Huntington, working with the Huntington Wit family and with also the guild, that you might be privy to some information. He might consider you to be privy to some information.
Okay, so I think it's more that he doesn't want people to know that he's telling us this.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we gather our
No.
compatriots first?
I also want to get a passive perception from everybody.
All of us?
Passive?
For all
What's
3
that?
people.
10 plus 10 plus.
10 plus perception.
Okay.
That's everyone.
11.
11.
Just the people who are in with him.
Oh.
Alright.
14.
What if we notice something?
12.
Dominic, is a very strange odor that hits your nostrils. An odor of sulfur as he walks by.
Mm.
Alright.
I know that smell. Been working the forges, haven't ya?
He says, well, of course, I am a priest of Duroc.
It's like, that you are! And I just want to give him a great old big pat on the back.
And you do. And it feels completely normal.
Pat on the back usually does.
I stop an acolyte in the hallway. Hey,
Alright.
the people who don't look like they worship here or work here, go get them. They're at the entrance.
Okay. And he says, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
He's gonna come back with 3 complete strangers.
3 homeless guys.
The ones with
urchins,
the ones with
urchins.
weapons.
I was just about
The
to say
ones
that.
with weapons, please.
I don't have weapons.
The ones with weapons in the frail one.
Just tell the main characters. Go get the main
I feel like
characters.
you care.
Yeah, right?
Bring them.
Go play Spot the Pro Tag. You'll win.
My hair is silver.
The rich one, the moody one, and the frail, quiet one.
Alright.
I'm the moody one.
Alright. Alright.
I'm not frail. I'm just
Are you?
underfed.
You're all three.
I'm all three.
He's right here.
I'll be like, why didn't you bring everyone else?
Alright, eventually the acolyte brings him back, and you're all standing in front of the high priest.
So the priest wants to show us something in the basement.
What?
Yeah. Really?
Slowly back towards the door.
He says, "Oh, don't worry about. Don't
Not
worry.
that
It's
kind of
something-"
church.
It has to do with Vanderhilt, and
Yes. Yes, it does. Please follow me.
I'm going to
I follow.
insight check him.
All right, you can insight check him.
I had no reason to.
Yeah.
12. I really wanted that one so it could be 0 and I just trust him.
Oh, put me down for another natural 20, by the way. So, he eventually leads you down a passage, leads down below into a storage area beneath the temple, and then out. And then when he gets into the storage area, you hear this shuffling, oozing sound. And coming out from around a corner is a large, red, globular mass of an ooze that has what looks like, in the various bubbles on its surface, screaming faces appearing and disappearing. And then you notice a small, tiny tether going from the priest, the high priest, to the ooze.